So shall we continue? So J1 minus that acts on M1 only. Okay. So if it acts on M1, it again lowers to -1. So minus of -1 minus 3 by 2. So is minus 3 by 2 is possible? No. Minus 3 by 2 for M1 is not possible. So J1 minus acting on this ket is 0. Only J2 minus this can lower to minus half. Half can change it to minus half. Minus half cannot change it to minus 3 by 2 because there is no minus 3 by 2 M value, M1 value. There is no minus 3 by 2 M1 value. So J1 minus acting on this one is 0. Okay. Oh, so I will start from the left side. J minus acting on 1 0. So what is the result? J minus acting on 1 0. What is the coefficient? Square root of 1 plus 0. J plus M. 1 plus 0, that is 1. Then 1 minus 0 plus 1. 1 minus 0 plus 1, that is 2. So 1 into 2, that is root 2. Root 2 into, then J value no change. J value no change. M value gets lowered by 1. That is minus 1. Okay. So root 2 into 1 minus 1 equal to, now come to the right side. Right side J1 minus acting on this ket is 0 because it cannot lower further. It is already acting on the lowest state for M1. That is minus half. So minus half cannot be minus 3 by 2. So there is no minus 3 by 2 state for M1. So J1 minus acting on this one is 0. So J2 minus can act on this one because half can change it to minus half. Okay. So that is 1 by root 2 is already there. Now, what is the new coefficient? Root of J2 plus M, M2. J2 plus M2. That is half plus half. That is 1. Then J2 minus M2 plus 1. Half minus half plus 1. 0 plus 1, that is 1. So that is root 1. That is 1. So 1 by root 2 minus half minus half. I think that is clear. Now J1 minus J2 minus acting on this one. Similar logic. J1 minus acting on half M1 lowers to minus half. Okay. So 1 by root 2 is already there. Now coefficient is root of half plus half 1. Then half minus half plus 1. That is also 1. So 1 into 1, 1. So root 1, that is 1. Okay. So what remains is minus half. Half gets lowered into minus half. No change for M2. Minus half. Okay. Now J2 minus acting on this one 0 because J2 minus is acting on the lowest state of M2. So this M2 cannot go to minus 3 by 2. So that is this J2 minus acting on this ket is 0. So this is the result. I think that is clear. So what is, let this root 2 goes to the other side. What happens? Ket 1 minus 1 equal to this root 2 into root 2, that is 2 plus 2. Both the kets are same. So that is 1 into minus half minus half. Half into this ket, half into this ket, that is 1 into that ket. Minus half minus half. Okay. Now one more state is remaining. So we have started from J equal to 1, M equal to 1. Then M gets lowered to 0, then m get lowered to -1. Now one more state is remaining, that singlet state. Okay, so we have got all these corresponding to all these three states. We have found the connection between coupled and uncoupled representations. Now one more remains, that is j equal to 0, m equal to 0. That you cannot obtain from the higher state. You cannot obtain from any higher state because here j value is also changing. J becomes 0. So no lowering operator or raising operator affects j value. Lowering or raising operator affects only m value. So here j gets 0 value, correspondingly m gets 0 value. Okay. So again, see that note that how we obtain this connection. See this m value, this is 0. M value is 0 here. So we have this option and this option. 0 can be obtained in two ways, half minus half, minus half half. So again, just as we did before, this state could be the superposition of these two states because 0 can be obtained in two ways. So as we did in the second case, here 0, 0 can be written as Jm equal to 0, 0 can be written as superposition of those two states, that is minus of half or half minus half plus half minus half. Okay, now what are the coefficients here? There are some coefficients to normalize this state, 0, 0 state, lowest state. So that also you can call it a stretched state because that is the lowest state. The highest state is 1, 1. Lowest state is no, this is not the lowest state. Sorry, this is not the lowest state. The 1 minus 1 is the lowest state. This is the just upper state, 0, 0. Okay. So what are the coefficients? One thing we can do is, see, all these states should be orthogonal to each other. Also, all should be normalized. These all coupled states are orthogonal to each other. So we are now finding this state, 0, 0. So we can take this 0, 0 is orthogonal to this one, this one, this one. So take the case of this one. So these two should be orthogonal to each other. So 0, 0 should be orthogonal to 1, 0. Okay. So 1, 0 is a similar state of combination of half minus half and minus half half. So we can take the coefficients as, in order to have orthogonality between 0, 0 and 1, 0 state, you can take this as 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2, but this should be taken as minus 1 by root 2. This or this you can take minus 1. 1 should be taken as minus. If this is minus, this is plus. If this is plus, this is minus. So in order to, only condition is that again coefficient, this coefficient square plus this coefficient square equal to 1, normalized. So in order to ensure orthogonality, one coefficient should be taken as minus. So this can be taken minus 1 by root 2 minus half half and 1 by root 2 half minus half. This I will explain again. for a matrix to be orthogonal and normalized at the same time, we can take coefficients A, B, C, D. Okay. If for this matrix to be orthogonal to itself and normalized, condition is that A square plus B square equal to 1, C square plus D square equal to 1. So that is normalization. These are normalization. And the orthogonality means AC plus BD. That should be 1. AC plus BD equal to 1 means orthogonality. That I will explain later when we discuss the theory part or recursion relation. So by taking the orthogonality of this state with the 1, 0 state, we can take the coefficients as minus 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2. This is not compulsory. You can take this one as plus and then this should be taken as negative. Either way you can choose. Both are correct. But only one way you can choose. Either you take minus here or you take minus here. So now we have completed all the 4 cases. Now we will just sum up. Okay. So I will say this was the first one. First coefficient. First Clash-Gordon coefficient connecting the structured state. Okay. Then J minus acted and we found this state, 1, 0 state. Structured state was 1, 1 state. Then we found 1, 0 state. Then again, lowering operator acted. We found the lowest state, structured state, 1 minus 1. And this one we found using some logic in mathematics, orthogonality and normalization. So we have found all the 4 connections between coupled and uncoupled representation. Now we can simply connect between the all these coefficients. You can write it as a matrix, which is known as Clash-Gordon matrix. Okay, so these are the starting point. This was the starting point, 1, 1, 1, 0. Then 1 minus 1, 0, 0. I told you, you better to write this 4th one as the 3rd one, because this is the lowest angular momentum, which is the structured state. Lowest value. This is the highest value. Okay. So this should be the 3rd value. So next I am going to write this one as the 3rd value. So we can write the connection between coupled and uncoupled representations with the help of Clash-Gordon matrix. So these are known as coefficients, Clash-Gordon coefficients, CG coefficients, different names, Wigner 3J symbol, different names, Clash-Gordon coefficient, C coefficient, CG coefficient, or vector addition coefficient. Okay, so I am writing the 4 representations, that is 1, 1, then 1, 0. Then I told you I am writing the 0, 0. Not compulsory, but if you write like this, you can see that the Clash-Gordon matrix is in the box diagonal form. It is more beautiful to see, box diagonal form. Then we write the 1 minus 1. Okay, so write all these as a column matrix. So this is a column matrix which connects with a Clash-Gordon matrix. Okay. Then the uncoupled basis. What are the uncoupled basis? Again a column vector. Then half, half, get to half, half. Then half minus half. Then minus of half. The last one I have written as third one. Then minus of minus of. Okay. So these are the coupled, left side coupled vector, right side uncoupled vector. Now Clash-Gordon coil matrix will relate them. So what was the first connection between this and this one? It was 1. We have chosen it as 1 due to choice of phase. Okay. Again, the lowest state, structured state, what was the coefficient? See, that was also 1. When we worked it out, that was also 1. So this is the last coefficient is also 1. Connection between this and this. Now all these are 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now this is 0, 0, 0. Then 0, 0, 0, 0. These 4 coefficients we have already found. What is the connection between 1, 0 and these 2 states? We have connected. I will show you 1, 0 state. See, can you see 1, 0 state? We have connected 1 by root 2 into this one plus 1 by root 2 into this one. Okay, so that you can write it as 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. Okay, so you will get this equation 1, 0 equal to 1 by root 2 into this one plus 1 by root 2 into this one. Okay, then we chose the third one as, see, using the orthogonality and the normalization of 0, 0 with 1, 0. Then minus of half, that is minus 1 by root 2. Okay, so that will be 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Now you check this matrix, multiply and convert into 4 equations. You can see that it matches with our 4 obtained equations. So this is the way of finding the Clash-Gordon matrix. Everything is clear. I think it is every step is clear. Nothing, no doubt. So I am giving you one homework. You have to calculate the Clash-Gordon coefficient and the matrix, Clash-Gordon matrix for another example. That is the homework, which is J1 equal to 1 and J2 equal to half. That is the next simple example. The simplest is half half. Then next symbol is J1 equal to 1 and J2 equal to half. Okay. So see the order of the matrix. It is 4 by 4 matrix. I told you this is 4 representation is the order of representation dimension is 4. So see the matrix is a 4 by 4 matrix. And the vectors are 4 column vectors. 4 rows. It's a column vectors with the 4 rows vectors. The operator, this unitary transformation operator. See now, this is a orthogonal also. This matrix, you can see that this is orthogonal. You just check the A transpose A, U transpose U. You can see that this is I, or U transpose, that also I. So this is an orthogonal matrix. Okay, that is because we choose this choice of phase as real. We chose this as 1. Unitary matrix becomes orthogonal matrix. So you can check this matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, find the U dagger. You can see that that is I, or there is no need of dagger. You just find the transpose and multiply. U transpose U, that is 1. That means this matrix is orthogonal matrix. So we have used some conventions and found the Clebsch-Gordon coefficient. These are the coefficients. Then this is the matrix connecting both representations, coupled and uncoupled basis representations. I think that is clear. For the next day, you work out this example, then things will be more clear to you. Then I will explain the recursion relation for finding the Clebsch-Gordon coefficients. For using that recursion relation, you can easily find don't have to go through all these steps. You can easily find the Clebsch-Gordon matrix, coefficients and the matrix. I think that is clear. Shall I stop?